You have to take it as an absolute.
I like the way how you put it.
That was the line.
I like the way how you put it. Like, Diggy is not a pick, he's a solution. And in this game, I really like the idea behind it, because you are up against a Minotaur, you remove that team fight aspect later on, but again, can you get past the early game timing of Mnne Evos?
All right, let's see how this Diggy and Novaria combination will work against this lineup that Mnne Evos brought out immediately. They're already respecting Doming AR's abilities in lane.
All right, Mnne Evos, it's kind of interesting that Spider Miles didn't go with the gold lane first. He tried to secure more of the mid lane control over securing the early game for Doming AR. He did get punished though, but he has a tenacity emblem, so Idrissel can survive the lane much better against a Brody and Diggy. And again, as you said, they have to hit a lot of things here, like the bombs. It's not enough that you're threatening the position of gold lane, because Idrissel will always be able to take minions, especially with with her second skill. She's not going to be zoned out in the lane per se up against a Brody.
Yeah, well, when you think of team fighting, yeah, of course, it's obvious the time's journey of the Diggy, but it feels like this Diggy pickup is now even more so just to make sure Oheb can scale comfortably. Not just for the team fighting, it's more for Oheb.
It's like kind of like a comforting hero for Blacklist International, so that Oheb comes online in a safe manner.
By the way, agility is actually the most used tier 1 talent, even in patch 1.6.20, use rate of 49.10%. As expected, XP laners, mid laners, and roamers, they need it.
So just to put that into context, folks, when you see a talent lineup for an emblem build, 50-50, almost, right? There's a chance that it has agility.
Yeah. Because 4% is just too much, right? 4% in early game, especially now if you pair up with a Wilderness Blessing. Oh, hold on.
Oh, here we go. Penalty zone answered back with one. Sensui falls, Lancey gets a kill, and another falls for Blacklist. Spider-Mouse scores, and that's a man up for Mnne Evos as they go straight for the turtle.
This is what we mean when we said, like, Fredin is not going to have a fantastic time in the early game. Both Fredin and the Thurizla, they just lose against Valentina and Baksha.
Yeah, okay, so there's a bit of an invade here by Lord JM. Actually, ended up peeling a little bit for Sensui. But yeah, Mnne Evos, their well-timed collapse onto the members of Blacklist International. Just so good, just like the 455% diamond rebate you can get in game.
Yeah, I mean, Blacklist International, they kind of had no choice, especially with that team fight, because...
Oh, no.
Oheb.
Reverse time, plus a stun, answered back. Spider-Mouse pulled them over. There's a Tornaport memory, not enough.
All right, I was saying earlier that the choice that Blacklist made to not commit with the Diggy on the team fight, because instead of going with that choice, Renegade just stay gold lane. And I think that's a safer bet, because you'd want, again, Oheb to be comfortable against this Idrissel, but you have to pay the price, right? So Sensui and Edward know for the fact that they will be facing up against 4 heroes of Mnne Evos, which is good for Mnne Evos' side, but this also means that Blacklist International is playing for their timing. They're playing to scale towards that mid-game where their lineup is so strong that they're able to deal with the Minoan's Fury, but the question is, how much can Mnne Evos get in this early game time where Blacklist is not able to deal with the heroes that they have?
Yeah, and you see Doming also acknowledging that as well, just playing for the last hits and being very careful with his laning speed. But he finds Oheb. That's a lot of damage.
And it looks like they're going to oblige. Oh, Renegade didn't pull the trigger. Here comes Kaizen. Spots out Sensui in that bush, pushing him back. No engage quite yet. Oh, early push on the Poisons there.
I was so sure that Renegade will use Flicker there for the reverse time, but they didn't feel like fighting the Idrissel there.
Oh, Lancey! Lancey very low. Sensui's going to get him here. That's 1 for 1. Blacklist on the board.
Okay, it looks like Lancey was just caught off guard there. You cannot give situations or kills like that to Blacklist International. Lancey needs to watch out a little bit more on the mid.
Early invades coming out from Blacklist. Actually, not really invade, but soft committing on the invade just to make sure that the Mnne Evos is forced to react to whatever Sensui is doing. Surprisingly, both of the junglers are in the same level. Although Kaizen does hold more XP, it does put more advantage towards the side of Mnne Evos when it comes to contesting these objectives. 5 more seconds, Kaizen is going to have the advantage.
Here we go.
Level.
Lord at a third of its health. Lord JM looking for that wide bush. Penalty zone coming in.
Oh!
Stolen one, but speaking of, Sensui gets the turtle. Blacklist scores 1 at 5 minutes in.
We know about the senses of Spider Miles, but we talked about the instincts of Sensui. But this time it looked like Blacklist International. I think one of the main differences there, Midnight, you pointed out earlier, this time they committed to Renegade and the Diggy.
Yeah, and the thing is, The senses, yes, it's there. Like, Spider Miles knows when to pull the trigger, but you're up against a Diggy. Like, the Retribution Castle is not going to work, because when you cast Minoan's Fury, the time's journey is always going to be there. So there's no stopping Sensui from unleashing those instincts and getting the objective steal away from Mnne Evos.
What do we say about Diggy being a solution, man? He's an eminent threat.
I mean, at this point, he is part of the solution.
Oh! Flicker spent in by the Hitman. He's gonna get cracked like an egg. As now they're left here to fight for their own. Oheb with the torn apart memory, taking down the Minoan Fury machine. And there's an ult coming in from Sensui. He's about to get popped, but unless he gets down Kaizen first. So far, 2 for 2. Violence up top.
Oh, wow. Doming and Oheb are just positioning very well. Oheb did get caught, but he did have the flicker, which he conserved and still was able to free hit. But it ended up becoming a trade for these two teams. And again, the Diggy is back, and it is an imminent threat.
Oh,
my goodness!
About to get bursted down. Is there enough? Oh! One more!
Grab it! Oh, the heal!
Survives. Motivational roar, and here comes Lancy with the punish. Renegade goes.
Clutch!
Yeah, it's clutch. You know, there's no other word to describe that play but clutch. Blacklist International, they abused the fact that Diggy is going to respawn, and Oheb went for the aggressive play. Even though it looked like Doming AR was the one who was pulling the triggers versus the Brody, they knew perfectly well that the damage is not going to be enough because they also had the shields from the Times Journey. And Doming AR living with 1 HP and the heal. Clutch saving the Irithel there, especially from the bombs of the Diggy.
Bottom lane, Lord JM and Edward. We're just smacking each other there. So we head into the last turtle of the game. By the way, key pickups. Kaizen already has the anti-Cuirass. Sensui already has a Radiant Armor.
Yep.
Looking for the pull. Turtles currently at neutral. Astral Echo thrown out by the Magic Man.
Oh my
Blacklist with a small advantage now.
Jam.
Turtle getting pulled in. Watch it.
Oh!
1v1. That's a win off camera. Minoan Fury answered by a top 30. Helping Sensui score another one. Last turtle goes over to Black.
Even with the adjustments, man, like Spider Miles, he's committing to Minoan's Fury earlier than he's supposed to because he is baiting out the Times Journey. And even with that, Sensui is able to secure the objective from Mnne Evos. By the way, Lord JMAR solo kills Agent Zero on the bottom lane.
Yeah. Lord JM, we've given this Tom's pick flack earlier in the season, but now he looks comfortable against Edward.
Here we go, another engage coming in. Oh, putting a few beads on him, pulling the trigger. Down goes Spider Miles, and Kaizen looking low, a fifth of his health left. Oh, Blacklist happy with that pickoff.
Yeah. Mnne Evos not able to capitalize on the early game lead that they're supposed to have, especially with their set of heroes. But Blacklist International now are fully aware that this is where they should fight. This is their timing. The Brody is strong in mid game, and they have that burst damage that they need, and they're also able to protect Oheb in this situations where Mnne Evos is just going inside and baiting out the Time's Journey. Because again, you don't have to worry about the Minoan's Fury with Renegade being in a team fight. You have that reset factor in the form of the Time's Journey.
Yeah, I feel like Mnne Evos need to respect and play around it more in terms of before actually fully committing into the objectives or the fights. They need to force it out somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. An answer coming in from the east. The flank from both Sensui and Kaizen. They disengage. Oh, wow, this is the first time we're actually seeing Blacklist Wonton crossing the river.
And wow, the XP lane has just really embodied the idea of it originally as being a dead lane.
Yeah.
It's just two guys slapping each other there in the bottom, while Blacklist and Mnne have turned their focus to the center and the top portion of our map.
It is a dead lane, however, it benefits Blacklist more because Mnne Evos is not able to capitalize on the fact that they have Thams that can force team fights versus Blacklist International. Because again, they don't have backline. This XP lane of Mnne should have been the gap closer over the gold laner of Blacklist International. But now they are playing the dead lane. It is up against a Terizla, but it doesn't change the fact that Blacklist International can fight 4v4. Because again, you have to consider the fact that the Diggy is there. And the presence of the Diggy alone shuts down a team fight of Mnne Evos.
Yeah. And despite this being a 5v4, it looks like Mnne wants to contest. Mnne wants to hold on to it. Lord currently a neutral, less than half health. Blacklist just chipping away at it. Kaizen looking for an angle from the north. And they let go. Oh, wow, Blacklist changes their priorities.
Classic Blacklist reset, man. They know the Lord dance really, really well.
Okay, and right now Mnne Evos is struggling. The lack of that major dive into the back as Lancy takes a lot of damage.
Yeah.
It's coming back to bite them right now. Let's see who gets this.
Bound to be a 5v5 penalty zone coming in from Agent Zero. A Spider Miles gets zeroed himself. They're looking for one more. Lord JM gets popped by the Magic Man point blank, and the Lord is all but gone. Scored for Blacklist.
If you ever ask how to do Lord dance, ask Blacklist International. The Lord turn was there. They saw the right man, and the right man was Spider Miles.
Coming AR popped. Black is hot
And
by
Blacklist-
Oheb. And now, is that a steal? Is that a steal? No, it's fine.
Yeah, it's
no,
fine.
Kaysen got it.
Yeah, again, Blacklist International, they understand Lord Dance really, really well and when to turn. That jump from Edward signifies that when they saw the beefy man of Mnne was the Minotaur, they turned. It looked like they didn't care about the Lord. Even if it's half HP, low HP, we don't care. When I see the target, we go at him. And the target was the Minotaur. You don't let him cast Minoan's Fury and force out the Time's Journey. We go on him. Because when we go on him, he gets poked. He's not gonna be able to fight for the next Lord Dance. And Blacklist just one T-fight off of that.
Slight advantage here for Blacklist. 4,000 an item. Maybe an item and a half. Oh, they're gonna get caught out.
Echoes on echoes.
Oh!
You can hear it as Oheb gets a few stacks and pops Lancey. And now underneath tier 1, they push in hard as Kaysen goes.
Oh, wow.
It's just Doming and Lord JM left. Blacklist International gets sweet. Revenge, they're back on the board taking game 1.
This winning moment is brought to you by our official sponsor, FWD Life Insurance. And hey, we mentioned it. Pros have been talking. In their scrims, Diggy almost auto-win.
Bro, it's Blacklist, man.
This new lineup, it's looking rosy.
Yeah, it's still a diggy, you know. It's still a sustained hero. It's a signature of Blacklist International, and I